Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable, but most importantly, I am human. It's amazing with how some people feel since I am a woman, there are certain things I have to do for the whole dating world. Since I'm a person of color, there are certain things that I have to do for the dating world. And since now I'm officially diagnosed with a disability, so there are certain things I have to do for the dating world. Once you add in all of those rules and obligations and things, the selection that I have to choose from, but okay, yeah, I will have story time. I will have proof and evidence because, especially on dating apps and everything. It's like when I tell men, because I tell a guy, like once we're into conversation, I see that they might be authentically interested in me. I tell them that I have a disability. Sometimes they pretend they don't care, but then sometimes they treat me like trash. And they're just like, why do you think I would be interested in you? Oh, so you think I want leftovers? It's like, oh, you expect me to have to walk around with you? As like you would be embarrassing to walk around with. And I've had men who say they would be embarrassed to walk around with me because I have an Android phone. So, but I'm just like, wow. So my disability is on the same level as having an Android phone. Yeah, well, yeah. So I don't know. It's just, yeah. But I'm going to get right into the whole. Well, I guess today is going to be the black bear. But yeah, I'm going to talk about the black bear, brown bear, polar bear, all the bears in future episodes as well. But I know, I said I can't quote, I meant to look for the quote and everything, but there was this billionaire who basically stated that black women are made and created for the grown men. And a lot of black men took offense to this. And to me, it makes sense. To me, it makes so much sense because, and I will have an episode where I'm going to have tons of screenshots proving my case. And I already have, like, watch some of my dating nightmare episodes. I have screenshots that prove my point in my case already, but I have so many more. I probably have over 50 more from African American men who say some of the most awful, crude, ignorant, disgusting things. And part of it is because if you see my dating preferences, I'll probably stick it on the screen and everything. I say how with my preferences because as I've been dating and growing up, I've learned a lot about what I'm not going to tolerate, what I'm not going to like just deal with. And years ago, when like right after I finished my bachelor's, I applied to start my master's, and I also just applied for certification in hospitality or hotel restaurant management and stuff. And I got accepted for grad school, and I was so happy. I was so excited. But yeah, it was bittersweet because certain people were hating on me and saying really mean things. And yeah, let's just say part of me was so excited and happy, but part of me just felt like I wasn't worthy. I wasn't worth it. I was trash. I was stupid, dumb, ignorant. Like, yeah, that's another story for another day, but it gets it's like it's included in this story because I was kind of starting to date this guy. It was like second or third date, and I was so excited because I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell him because at least I'll have someone in my corner. At least I'm going to have someone that's going to be excited with me. because I'm going to start my master's. So, especially as I try to find a job in the marketing business world and stuff, this could help me like level up in things. Well, I remember telling him, he's like, "Hi, oh my gosh, guess what?" And this is in the middle of dinner. I forgot how the whole, this is like 10, over 12, 15. Oh, yeah, 15 years ago, like something like that. But, anyways, I remember after I told him, he said that either I drop out so that I can continue dating him, or I go to grad school, but he wants nothing else to do with me. And this is a black man. This is a black man. And my parents, they wanted me to date black men because like I got asked out by a couple men outside of my race and everything. But yeah, let's just say I got stories on that too. But they preferred black men. And so I thought I finally found a black guy that he didn't say that I talked too proper or white, or that I was trying to be white or Oreo, or because I heard it so many times. But he made sure to let all that out that day. It's like, and that the main reason that he wanted to pursue me was that I had wide hips, and wide enough hips so that I would be able to bear all of his children and do what I am supposed to do. Yeah, do what I am supposed to do. But okay. Anyway, so yeah, I after I was I mm, I was pretty sure that I was going to just do grad school and break up with him anyways, but part of me was like, maybe I can continue dating him and go to grad school. I just won't say anything. I was real close to doing that because part of me is just like, how are you gonna stop me from like, shouldn't you be encouraging me? Shouldn't you be happy that I'm trying to like level up and get myself together, and shouldn't you be promoting me? But nope. I learned. And I even told the ladies at the hospitality training, and they were like, "Girl, you better." It's like, and they were like, "Congratulations! Oh my gosh, you better get it." It's like, "Yeah, do your thing, blah blah blah," and all this other stuff. So I was doing grad school while getting my certification with hospitality, and I was trying to do something else too, but I forgot. Maybe one of these days I'll remember, but I remember I was trying to do all these things at once, and the pain was starting to get worse in my knees. And so there were some days trying to go to hospitality training. Who it was like it hurt. Like I never missed a day, but I was late some days. And there was supposed to be an award for some people who went to every class, but then they were like, "Well, you were late," and I was just like, "What?" And but when I tried, there were some days where I would even say, "Oh yeah, I woke up in some pain today," and blah blah. "Oh well, you just need to take some pain, like some ibuprofen or blah blah blah, and get your butt here." And I'm just like, um, okay, you guys don't have a heart or empathy or sympathy. Like, no, you have no like. So it's like, yeah, with grad school they were cheering me on, but then kind of cheering me on because there was few comments where I was just like, are you really cheering me on? Or are you just fake cheering me on? Or are you cheering me on when you're in public, but then behind my back you're saying something behind my back? Yeah, that's the kind of feel I got with some of them. But anyways, I finished that certification with honors. And it's like, and then somehow I started. Well, not somehow. You guys kind of know about Mr. Lockakey. If you don't, in my podcast, I have some stories YouTube, there's some stories. If I can find the links, I'll try to find them. And this is probably going to be kind of a long series. No, like, yeah, yeah, I'm already. Anyways, well, on Plenty of Fish, out of all platforms, this Michael Lockakey starts writing me, and I was ignoring him and everything like that. And yes, he's not black, he's white, but I started dating him because there was at my one of my so-called friends, she's a fake friend, she was hosting a birthday party for her husband, but then she was scared that she overspent because they weren't what, like, yeah, let's just say, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could say about them, but I got a ride down there. It's like part of me is, I'm like, how did I get down there? I remember how I got back home, but I don't remember who dropped me. I think it wasn't the wife because she was happy and shocked, or so-called happy and shocked, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, how are you? Yay, I'm so happy you're here." And but now I know that was all fake and everything. But I remember there was this African American man who he was just acting like he was so gaga over me. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I have to get to know you. I have to get your number and everything. Like, no, he just wanted a stay-at-home woman, someone to obey him. He wanted a submissive. Like, even talking to him and everything like that, he kept trying to tell me how I needed to learn his ways. I needed to do what he said, and not directly. It was slow, it was like a slow, because since he's black and I know that my parents preferred me to date a black man, I was trying. But it's like, I don't know, he wasn't my type at like, and that's the thing, he wasn't my type, but I was trying. I was trying because I'm like, okay, since he seems so interested in me, but yeah. But anyways, when Michael Lockakey like was writing me on Plenty of Fish and stuff, and that one African American guy, he yeah, I already knew, like, because even with my hospitality certification, he was laughing at me with that. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you doing that? You're not going to do anything with it. And it's like your masters. Why are you working on? It's like, what do you want to be a master of? You think you're going to pursue something? You're not going to. And he was like, "Oh, so you think you're smart?" And he would just belittle me, berate me as much as he could, trying to, like, telling me, "You might as well quit now so you don't owe as much money." And like, he would literally even bring up, like, when I would meet him the next time, he would print out like different things about student loan debt and stuff. And yeah, I'm paying off student loans and everything, but he was just showing me, like, you better just quit now while you're ahead so you don't owe as much. I'm so glad I didn't listen to him, because either I would owe money now and get nothing out of it, or my situation now, like, yeah, I owe money, but at least I have it. At least, and I've gained a lot from it. And with my master's, I keep wanting to learn more about the subjects I got my master's in. And with my master's, I'm using it in order to create my own business, my own entity with, or entities, because I'm trying to create a multi stream version of my business, which I will be talking about on the Handicapable Black Nerd once I can. Yeah, I'm still trying to get that stuff together. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize because I'm not perfect, and I'm tired of trying to pretend or have the appeal of perfection. So, anyway, but yeah, that was another African American man who, like, he just, yeah, and he has a daughter, and he kept just saying, "I know you're jealous of my baby mama. I like, see, so that's why you need to come over to my house soon so we can start trying." So it's like, once you have a baby, or once you have my baby, you'll have nothing to be jealous about. I'm not jealous. I was so confused. I'm like, jealous of what? She didn't marry you. You didn't marry her. Now you guys have split custody, and each time I hear you guys on the phone, You're yelling at her, she yelling at you. You can't tolerate each other, you can't stand each other, but now you're stuck together for life. I'm supposed to be jealous of that? I'm supposed to be jealous of that. Oops, yeah, sorry. No, nope. And I'm going to be creating quite a few episodes on this topic because it's like, and I'm going to be, in my, yeah, it's been so long since I've done an episode because, yeah, let's just say 2024, 2024, it's trying to challenge me more than ever. And I keep having to remind myself I made it through 2020. And I know everyone's 2020 was rough, but then it's like I had two major surgeries in 2020. I had over 20 to 30 tests to find out what my disability was in 2020. So, and then on top, it was like COVID and being locked in and like figuring, like breaking up with my 7-year ex, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, now I'm thinking of that song on, and yeah, I can't sing now, so I'm not gonna try. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. It's just been. I'm gonna create a lot of episodes on this topic because when I saw that quote, it it rang so many bells in my head because I have had to face so many situations where a lot, and I'm not saying all, because there's some amazing African American men, but the ones that try to talk to me, they forget they're married, or that they're in a relationship, or that they don't want any children, or they don't want any more children. But there was actually one that faked wanting, like, because yeah, friends are amazing. Some friends, especially when they drink, they spill all the tea and tell everything. But there was one guy who acted like he was interested in me, and he has like 4 or 5 kids already by like 3 different women. So that was already a red flag. Already a red flag, but my walking was getting worse. This was like right before I met Mr. No Heart. Mr. No Heart, yeah. And so anyway, he was talking about he was pretending, I'll have some more kids. And next thing I know, no, he was just lying. No. And he just thought that he could, if he can get me, kind of like a fish, once he can get me on the hook, once he can reel me in, that I would, like, and especially once he got me out of the water, it's like I'd be so desperate to either be back in the water or on a plate cooked and everything that I'm just like, just do something with me. Just don't let me, So that's just kind of how it felt. And but yeah, he didn't realize that I would. Yes, I ended up in a awful 7-year relationship with an absolute idiot. And yes, he was a polar bear. He was a polar bear, not a black bear. But and the thing is, like a lot of the polar bears, some of them, they're very talented with wearing their masks. They're very talented with hiding their true selves. And because a lot of the black bears, they would even tell me, you talk too proper. You're an Oreo. You act too white. Why do you act so proper? You're a square. Like I've heard those comments so many times, especially the square part, because I don't drink. I don't I don't really, I don't consume any of the, special candy and stuff like that. So not my thing. And I've been out to a club, a few times, especially when I work promos. If I'm going out with specific people that I trust, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's dance, have a little fun. But I'm not really a partier, so yeah, I'm really corny. If I can do like a game night and stuff like that, or watch anime marathons and stuff like that, that's more my thing. And I've always wanted to do Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my gosh, if I could do Dungeons and Dragons, but find, see, it's like I haven't really done it because now I forgot what you call the storyboard creator and stuff. But oh my gosh, if he can do something where it's kind of like an urban fantasy version of the realm, oh my, like that'll be really sweet. That'll be really sweet right there. But anyway, yeah, I guess like I'm gonna have to close this episode so I can start part two. But yeah, it's a lot of men are now trying to come out saying how black women need to appreciate, or we need to come around, or we need to do A, B, and C for the black men to want us. And I think that's one reason why a lot of the black men are now trying to be passport bros. And part of me is like, sayonara. I don't like if I end up never getting married, if I end up never, walking down the aisle, having a long term relationship, like black bear, brown bear, polar bear, I don't care. It's like they're it's like even with the last 7 year polar bear that I dated, Mr. No Heart, he tried as much as possible to tear me down. And but it's like when it's with a black bear, I think it hurts more because like it's you're like one of us. You're a black bear. Like I'm a black bear, you're a black bear. Shouldn't you want the best for your black bear? Shouldn't you want to support and like I mean emotionally support? Because like financially, like I'm trying to do my thing. I'm creating my business. So when it comes to just being there, like the ride or die kind of like, because yeah, it's like I hear a lot of black bears talk about ride or die, but they won't do the same thing in return. And I'll talk about that in the next episode, because yeah, like I said, I have a lot to talk about on this subject. It's so complex and there's so much, but a lot of men don't understand where we are coming from. And especially, I tried, and here and there, it's like I tried even last week. I got the screenshots on him, and I just waited for him to block me because I was just like, part of it was like, after the one discussion, I even texted one of my friends. I'm like, I'm just waiting for this black dude to block me, and she was like, "What?" And so I kind of I told her I was like, A, B, and C. Look at the like, what about the guy said this to you? He said what? So yeah, yeah. Like I said, I have over 50 examples of the black bears alone, but I'm going to be talking about bears, period, and then black bears, brown bears, white bears, all bears. But yeah, yeah, it gets interesting. So, and yes, I know the storyboard was would I choose a bear versus a man, but part of me just feels like some men will claw through us worse than a bear. They'll tear us apart. If they get jealous emotionally, either over what we're achieving or if we break up, if we're dating someone else, do you know how many crimes? Like, okay, yeah, I know I need to, you know, save this for another episode, but just think how many crimes have you heard about where it's the man, like, offing or eliminating a woman because of his emotions, because he is jealous, because he can't handle that she is doing better or that she is able to be stable on her own and that her mental scope is better now that she has nothing to do with him. Do you know how many of these men out here who they cannot stand that? They can't. A lot of them can't. And that's when you say men versus boys. And that's why this billionaire said black women are for the men, the grown men, because a lot of these little boys they don't have the mental to see and watch their women level up and level up, because a lot of black women, while we level up, we look back at our men like, oh, okay, okay, baby. It's like, let's either, like, if they have an amazing job, like, okay, how can we get you promoted? And or if they have a business, okay, how can I help you expand your business? or if it's something like with the house or just whatever. It's like I know because I've been in relationships where I'm trying to help them. Where I'm like, oh yeah, let's figure out a plan. They can't stand that I'm trying to help them. They get mad that I help them figure out a way to resolve their issue. They hate that a lot. Like not all, not all, but a lot of men they hate when the woman figures it out, especially the men who believe in being submissive and that women need to know their place and women need to, yeah, especially those men. They cannot stand when it's the woman that figures it out. But on that note, I am the handicapable black woman. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human. So that means I'm not perfect. Bye. And don't forget about my books, my products, which it will be expanding pretty soon, especially with my greeting cards that I'm in the middle of creating the whole scope, brand, and ideas and assembly and looking for which businesses are like the paper and the quality and everything like that. But also children's books and my novel. And let's just say I've been busy and I had to take a little bit of a break because my part time job that I have, it was one of the, it's kind of complicated. It's kind of like I can't even tell the story yet because I still don't know the end of the story. But yeah, let's just say it's a little complicated and frustrating and annoying. And let's just say when no wonder some people say if a black woman flew a plane, they would be scared. Or if a black woman did anything and everything that is perceived great and amazing or impressive, they automatically think that she only got the job because she's black or she can't know everything. She can't know much of, like, yeah, like let's just say we get devalued and devoured emotionally on a daily basis, and it's unfair. And I get excited. I love the opportunity that I have with my job, but it's just sometimes how when people see me, either it's because I'm a woman or a person of color or because of my disability, people don't think that I am capable. But then when I do the job, they despise me because I am doing the job and I'm trying to do the best job that I am able to do to the point that will help the consumer be the best that they can be. But yeah, let's just say it's a long story for a different day. But I am working on that novel and just like, yeah, I thought I was almost done writing the novel, but then I realized that now I'm going to cut the super they drained out of me to basically I have two novels. And so now I'm going to be inserting the missing pieces from the super they drained out of me. And at the same time, I already have about half, maybe a little bit more than half of book two. And so now that I'm looking at book three and maybe now four, I'm very excited. But you guys have an amazing day. And this is the Handicapable Black Woman. I'm trying to get back to my goals, but yeah, I had to work on my mental health because, yeah, let's just say the part time job was trying to tear me down and I needed some air. I needed to figure out my well being. Okay? Okay. Take care.